Coach, good morning. Just one question from me. Is it safe to assume that Adam Gaudette will be welcomed into your lineup tomorrow and that you'll get Drake Batherson back as well?
Yeah, for sure. Both will play tomorrow. We haven't decided officially on the lineup. But I think it's just good to get, when the situation we're in, it's good to get guys that are upbeat, haven't been around this situation, going to come in, fresh outlook for a guy like Adam that can really shoot the puck. Certainly having Drake back will be a huge boost for not only our top line, but for our power play as well. So
We'll go to Bruce Gary, I'll get Post Media.
Two or three for you here. Just on Gaudette, you need some depth in the middle. Do you hope he's able to provide that?
yeah, for sure. I think that's why we keep trying this. I mean, Gambrell, Gaudette, Shaw, we've gone through a bunch. I mean, it's unforeseen that you're going to lose your second and third center, early into the year like this, and it's hard to replace guys in the middle of the year. I mean, no one's given up centers, especially guys that have played in the league, especially top 2-3 guys. So we're going to do everything we can to try and shore this up and start to win some games.
In the short amount of time you've seen Tim Stützle there, what have been your thoughts, DJ?
Really impressed with the way he's played away from the puck for a young guy. For a young guy to come in, a lot of times it would be all about offense, and he's been very responsible, probably more responsible at center than even on the wing. And he's battling. He's got the puck on his stick a lot more. It hasn't gone in for him, but I've loved his effort, away from the puck. And his energy is not dipped. I mean, for a young guy that's going through, the kind of season that we're going through, he continues to be a positive vibe every day, and you can see why he's going to be a good player for a long time.
Just a couple of things for me. You played hockey a long time. Did you ever get bitten, or have you ever? I guess I'm asking what your thoughts are on biting.
On what? Sorry.
On biting.
No, I've never been bit. I've never bit anyone. At the end of the day, I think the game today is so much safer. I think the Leafs done a really good job with the hitting from behind. With the refs getting in there earlier with fighting. A lot of the things that went on back in the day, that was just part of the game. And every year the game continues to get to be safer for the players. And I think they really respect each other, for the most part. So you don't see things like this very often. It's unfortunate. But, the league will deal with it and we'll move on.
Go to Sylvain Saint-Laurent at Ottawa. Right now, the mood of the rest of the team coming back from that road trip?
Well, typically today's a day that you don't feel your greatest anyways after the time change. The good thing is we had yesterday off, so the guys got to sleep a little bit. I would assume we'll be back to full energy tomorrow, but it usually does take a little piece of you, and you're hopeful that you don't play a game on this day. A lot of times you come back, and then you have one day and then you play, and usually it's a real battle. So we're lucky that that's not the case. We get to get our, trip legs out, and I suspect we'll be flying tomorrow.
Are you looking maybe at this return home as an opportunity to hit a little bit of a reset button, even though you can't, forget everything that's happened? Maybe just a chance to start new at home?
Well, I don't know why there'd be any reason to remember the month of November. I think everyone's done with it. It's as tough a month as probably every player, staff, management, ownership has dealt with all the things, the losses, the COVID, everything that's happened, the injuries. We're done with it, and we can't be happier to move on to December. When we looked at December in the summer, we thought this would be our toughest month with the teams we're playing. If you look at our schedule, the teams we're playing over this month are the toughest, and there's no better way to get yourself back feeling good is to beat a good team, and that's what we have to do here in the month of December. We got to play better, and we got to find a way to beat a good team and get feeling good about ourselves.
The fact that you were able to recover health-wise, maybe a chance to give a positive outlook for that big challenge that's coming for you guys?
Well, for sure. What choice do you have? I mean, it's so easy to be negative. It's so easy to point the finger. It's so easy to blame people, and that usually is what goes on. It's hard to be positive in these times, and for me, it's not. there's so many people and so many things that are worse off in the world than the situation that happens in a hockey season. You got to put things in perspective. And perspective, this is a game. We're struggling for sure with a lot of things. But I'm going to tell you right now, we're in the best spot in the world. This is where every person wants to be. We couldn't have a better life than what we have. So we're not going to look back or be negative about anything. We're going to be positive about everything going forward.
All right, just a couple more for me. Drake Baptist had his first full practice. He was playing so well before COVID hit him. What did you see from him today? Does he seem back to where he was before?
Yeah, he does, but obviously, COVID, you don't know what's going to happen in the games, where your conditioning is, what have you. But, I mean, Drake was leading our team in points, makes a ton of plays. Our last win is when Drake's in the lineup. He creates so much. He can, play big minutes. He can play away from the puck. He can do so many good things, so we're happy to have him back.
What exactly had he done more or better before he got sick that he wasn't doing last year? How much progress had he made?
Well, it's just maturity and age. I mean, he's learned the league. He's not the wow factor's gone for him. And now he's arrived, and he knows he's one of the better players, and he pushes himself to be that every night. When you show up as a young kid, you're just trying to survive out there, and that's not the case with Drake. He's trying to be a difference maker every night. He's going to continue to get better and better and better. And the same for Chucky, and the same for Norris and Stutzel and these guys, Lassie Thompson, Brandstrom. The older they get, the more games they play, the better they're going to get. It's hard to look through the fog right now when you're not winning, but the positive side is when these guys are all clicking like Drake's clicking, and they all get to that point in their career, you're going to have one heck of a hockey team.
One last one for me. We saw Colin White show up on the bench and make a few passes with Zoo at the end of practice. Is he progressing nicely? Do you have a bit of an update of it?
I mean, he's not back anytime soon, but Whitey brings a huge influence in our room, and an energy that we miss certainly, and a joking around and a positive vibe, and the guys really like him. So there's guys, certainly we miss him on the ice as a centerman, but he's a guy that's been through the ups and downs, and we had hoped that this would be the year that he would kind of break out of it, and unfortunately for him, he's injured, and we miss him both on and off the ice.
Thank you.
Go to Matt Tinkle at Senators.com.
Hey, just one from me. Just go back to Adam Gaudette. Kind of what attributes does he bring to the lineup, as a center and also to help the power play unit?
Well, he can shoot the puck. And we lack goals right now. I mean, if you look at with Drake out and White out and Pinto out, we don't have enough goal scoring. So what happens, I think, is you squeeze it a bit and you try and cheat a little bit for offense, and then you end up getting stung on the other side of it. So if we can get a few more goals and get some more guys to chip in a bit here, I think we'll find a way to start winning some games, and we're hopeful he can score for us.
For the final one, we'll return to Bruce Garriock.
Hey, DJ, I've been talking to all those centers. I just forgot to ask you for an update on Shea Pinto.
Yeah, Pinto has had surgery, and he'll be out for the foreseeable future. Maybe come back, for the last little bit, but he could be done for the year. We're hopeful that he can get back, maybe late March, April, but we're certainly not going to hurry him. But he won't be back anytime soon.